I am Nico, and thank you for coming back for a brand new video. And if you're new, thank you for stopping by, and I hope you stay for a while. Now, today we're going to be doing 4 unsolved mysteries, and I did some research on these, and these are the 4 mysteries that I thought were really interesting, and I'm going to share them with all of you guys. So, without further ado, let's get started. Our first mystery is the incident at Dyatlov Pass, which was in February of 1959, where 9 hikers went hiking in the forests of Russia. And after they went hiking, they were never found again and never came back from their hike. When searchers went to go and find them, they found that their tent was ripped open from the inside. And when they went to the edge of the forest, they found the first 2 bodies, but assumed it was only hypothermia when they brought them in. When they found the other bodies after months of searching for them, they found that the evidence of possible hypothermia made absolutely no sense at all. They saw that one body had its tongue cut out, one body had 3rd-degree burns, one body had been through a brutal assault, and had blunt force trauma that was very severe. And some of the clothing on these hikers were radioactive, and that was very strange to the people who found and looked at these bodies to see what had possibly happened to them. Now, this has never been solved. No one truly knows what could have done this to these hikers, but some theories have pointed to UFOs or aliens taking them away, doing this to them and then dropping them back off, or even a Russian version of the Yeti monster that could have possibly done such a thing. But nothing conclusive has been said about what happened to these hikers in 1959. Our second incident, our second mystery, is the Mary Celeste. The Mary Celeste was a British-American ship that was manned by Captain Benjamin Briggs, and this happened on December 4th, 1872. It was, the inhabitants of this ship were Captain Briggs, 7 crew members, including his wife and 2-year-old daughter. Now, what had happened was, people found this ship adrift in the Atlantic, and all of its human inhabitants, the entire crew, was nowhere to be seen. They had just disappeared into thin air. Now, what was also very strange was that everything on the ship, including all the cargo and supplies, were completely fine. Everything was intact, and nothing seemed to have any foul play whatsoever. It was just that one thing was a lifeboat that had been used, but it didn't seem to have been boarded in a manic or really scared manner. Commentators of this event saw that it was actually boarded very calmly, like nothing had really happened. They just needed to leave immediately for some reason. Even the final entry log on the ship showed no foul play and nothing out of the ordinary had happened. So no one knows where this crew went. Briggs, his wife, his daughter, or the other people on the ship. No one knows where they could have gone. Some people have pointed to pirate attacks, some sort of mutiny in the crew, maybe a giant sea monster, even UFOs once again trying to take them away. But nothing solid has been said about this case at all, and no one knows where this crew went to this day. Number 3 would be living statues. Now, this event happened from 1917 to 1928, and it was 500,000 people were struck by a bacterial disease named encephalitis lagarthica, which turned into a worldwide pandemic that stretched from Europe, North America, and India. It leaves its victims completely motionless and frozen. Now, some people had accounts of seeing some people even laugh, have very minimal speech, or even eye movements, but mostly it was just people who were stuck in their position that they were when they were frozen, and they can't speak or do anything at all, but they do know their surroundings, but they cannot communicate with the outside world at all. And the reason that this happened is widely unknown by scientists who actually tried to figure out how this kind of disease spread. But one theory is that it was a strain of the bacteria that causes sore throat that actually mutated, provoked the immune system, which made it attack the brain and then cause the effects that encephalitis lethargica actually causes. But it's not confirmed that this was the true reason that this sort of thing happened, but that is one of the best guesses that scientists have made. Even recently, 10 years ago, a 12-year-old girl actually had this disease and was in the hospital for 5 weeks because of it. But other than that, no one truly knows why this happened or why it still happens. Now for our last mystery, the disappearance of Paula Jean Welden. Now you may have heard of this. It's kind of a well-known mystery, unsolved case, cold case, but if you haven't, we're talking about it today. So, Paula Jean Welden was an 18-year-old woman who went to Bennington College. She told her roommate she was going on a walk and went to the Vermont Long Trail. But after going on this walk, she was never seen again. And even when police had asked, hey, did you see Paula on this trail? And was like, yeah. And the police went to investigate the entire more than 200-mile trail, but found absolutely no evidence that could clearly say where or how Paula disappeared so suddenly. Now, the police did suspect her father because of a week prior, during Thanksgiving, Paula actually left the house because she was possibly distraught over an argument her and her father had, and then her father went on a 36-hour hunt for possible leads on where Paula went. So the police thought he was a suspect because they found that very strange that he left for such a long time to supposedly find leads. Then the father tried to tell the police that it actually was not him. It was possibly a boy that Paula liked and she was interested in, and that the police should actually question the boy and put him down as a suspect instead of him because he didn't do it. The people of the town in Bennington actually did not like how the police were handling this case because they weren't handling her case as carefully and as well as they should have. And the police went under a lot of scrutiny for how they handled the case. There actually on a decade, there was a man that actually was bragging twice over the next decade that he knew where Paula's body was, but even when police was like, can you take us to where she is? Do you know where she is? He couldn't actually bring them anywhere or bring them to a certain place or give them any kind of evidence to tell where Paula went and how she disappeared. And one thing actually went that a lumberjack was around the area after when Paula went on her walk, was around the area after having a disagreement or argument with their wife or girlfriend. And that possibly the lumberjack killed Paula and hid her body. But nothing has ever been conclusive. This case is still cold, and no one knows where Paula is to this day. No one knows where she was disappeared to. Now, there have been theories, of course, where some people were like, possibly it was UFOs. Even an English occult writer said that possibly there was some sort of energy that Paula projected that made aliens come down, take her, and bring her back to their home. But of course, that's not the conclusion or the conclusive ending to this case. And Paula Jean Welden's case is still cold to this day, and no one knows where she is and where she went. That was the video. I hope you guys did enjoy this though. I think these are really cool, really interesting, and things that you can think about. if you guys do want me to do any deep dives on any of these cases, or even want like a part 2 of more cases that you'd like me to talk about, please say that down in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and it's all very much appreciated. And thank you for watching today's video. Bye!